Hello YouTube, it is 4:04 p.m. Monday, May 2nd. Since I've already worked 2 days at Amazon this week, it doesn't remotely feel like a Monday right now, but it is. Wow, attractive panhandler. So, actually just coming from Costco right now. Game plan coming out today was just to take the bus, leaving a little earlier than normal. Just, I don't know, I was up. Didn't seem any point in going back to sleep or hanging out at home. So, I was taking the, oh, and of course this is a not in service bus. Yeah, that's the main bus that you see going up and down 44th Street. Not in service. Always a bus that says not in service. You know, and the kicker is that the reason I'm walking this direction is because as I was walking out of Costco, and I went to Costco just to, I'm hungry and I'm thinking of options to get food on my way to work, and it occurred to me, it's like, hey, I got a Costco membership. They got bomb-ass pizza, $2 a slice. And that's something I should take advantage of more often. That was convenient and delicious, even if I did have to walk around an obscenely large parking lot to get to the place. Anyway, yeah, as I was coming out and walking towards 44th Street, I checked the bus app, and it showed 25 minutes until the next northbound 44, 20 minutes until the next southbound 44. Mind you, I'm only either trying to get to McDowell, which is the next bus transfer to the south, or Thomas, next bus transfer to the north. And as you see, there was a bus going south on... Hey, you should look both ways! Thank you! Wow. That woman did not look to the right whatsoever before turning right directly in front of me. I feel like I should carry something that get the attention of cars like that other than just this cell phone. Because, yeah, that woman definitely deserved a dent. I mean, she could have very easily run me over by the fact that she was only concerned about cars coming to the left and gave absolutely no concern to pedestrians with the right-of-way on the sidewalk. Anyway, yeah, so southbound bus. Obviously, there was one coming, but it was marked as not in service. I could check the app to see what route it is. Most likely, it's a 17, which, of course, is what I would be riding south to McDowell to catch. So it would be a lot nicer if I could just simply catch a 17 right there and not have to walk that extra half mile plus to McDowell Road. Yeah, Valley Metro doesn't really seem to care about things like that. In fact, speaking of Valley Metro not caring, so I've subscribed to, I'm following them on Twitter. The term in Twitter is following, not subscribing. Anyway, not sure what y'all looking for. The bus ain't scheduled for another 17 minutes. Anyway, kills me. Bus riders that stand at the edge of the curb and sometimes step into the street looking to see if the bus is coming when they could simply download an app and track its motion towards them. But, oh yeah, the world is just simply full of stupid. Yeah, Valley Metro doesn't seem to really listen to their ridership or care about their needs, their ridership. Yeah, I'm awake, thank you. Speaking of which, like I said, I'm following them on Twitter. There was a post I kind of wanted to retweet, but I've got a whopping 2 followers on Twitter, so yeah, it's not like things I post on Twitter really get anybody looking at them. However, they posted, Valley Metro did a tweet. I forget what it was, but it opened by asking a question. And I forget what it was, but it was a question like, hey, we're on Twitter and we're going to ask our ridership a question. And they disabled responses. So, yeah, nothing like asking a question and then making it so you absolutely cannot hear the answers to said question. And I think that really sums up how Valley Metro feels about its riders. Yeah, at this point, I pretty much feel like they exist specifically just to get the federal transit tax subsidies and to make sure that the city doesn't lose other transportation tax subsidies, because Valley Metro clearly doesn't give a fuck about the transportation needs of pedestrians, let alone trying to provide transportation that would be a good alternative to oversized truck and other vehicular killing machines. Anyway, so yeah, I'm headed to Amazon. I do want to stop by the mental health clinic. I was told today would be the day that my therapist Lisa would be returning. She's been in the hospital for well over a month. Hasn't been there. God, it almost feels like 2 months, but I know my perception of time is pretty skewed. But yeah, I definitely want to go in there and try to reschedule as soon as possible, and nothing else. Maybe tell her I missed her and give her a hug. Don't really have time for much other than that. And as far as getting to work from there, I'll probably do what I usually do when I leave there right now, with the light rail being jacked up as it is. And honestly, what I did about halftime, even when the light rail wasn't jacked up, and that's just take the Zero down to downtown and probably ride the rapid bus in from there. God, that pizza really hit the spot. I should do that more often. I haven't been vlogging as much this week, and for the most part, I'm into my Amazon cycle of just work, ride transit to and from work, and sleep. Occasionally seeing Priscilla and not even attempting to initiate sex, because it goes nowhere. Yeah, her thing of, oh, I would have sex with you if you would just ease my mind by getting an STD test or wearing condoms. Yeah, that was obviously just a load of shit to try and get me to do those things. At least the condom one backfired on her. And I was starting to talk about that the other day when I was walking up to McDowell, but I ran out of time. Bus showed up quick enough I couldn't finish that one, but I think it was when I was walking to McDowell. Anyway, that was kind of fun. And again, it was just another example of Priscilla's constant moving of the goalposts and not delivering on promises. And maybe that's my bad for viewing sex as such a transactional sort of thing. But I'm just a very literal-minded person. If you say you're going to do something and you give conditions for it, follow through on what you're going to say, or don't fucking say it at all. Anyway, I'm just hoping another crystal comes along, and this time along lasts longer than 5 days. Anyway, so let's see. I'm trying to finish the story that I started days ago that probably anybody watching this didn't watch. And we're like, what are you even talking about, Dan? You should be. Although if you watch this channel, you should be used to my senseless rambling by now. Anyway, so not last Saturday, but the Saturday before was the night I ended up going to a party at a multimillionaire's house, and that was a lot of fun. I did actually go. Oh shit! Here comes my 29. so much for finishing this story. Anyway, I did end up going there. I went there with Chris and April. Priscilla invited me to go with her. Just wasn't really appealing. But when Chris finally called me and said that, him and April would stop and pick me up, that was a lot more appealing. And I knew Priscilla would be showing up there, and she did. And while I was there with her, she once again got on her act of putting on a public display of, oh yeah, we're all physically intimate and stuff. And that continued as we went to another karaoke bar, and then went to another karaoke bar, and of course ended as soon as we got home. No shock there. Anyway, that's all the further I'm getting in that story, because here's my bus.